posture. How do we fix bad posture? Bad posture happens to be a really big problem for many Americans. When you find yourself sitting all day, whether it's driving or it's sitting in a chair working on your computer, a lot of times you end up hunched over like this, and because of that, you develop bad posture. So that's something that I feel I need to address in today's video to help you guys out to develop better posture, because bad posture gets worse with age. So the longer that you ignore bad posture, the worse your posture gets. What are some of the things that we can do to improve our posture? But if you're not into that, there's other things we could do. First, before we try to address how you fix bad posture, you have to understand that there's a bunch of different postural deviations or postural imbalances. There's no one way to fix every single postural imbalance. I'm going to start with the most common postural deviation, which is shoulder protraction. Shoulder protraction is a slouch right here. Very, very common. Lots of people, especially Americans, have this postural deviation. A big reason for this is a tight chest, tightens up the lats, and makes the rhomboids back here weak. Another postural deviation is an anterior pelvic tilt. That's where your hips, instead of sitting straight, they're sitting tilted forward. A lot of lower back injuries and lower back problems stem from anterior pelvic tilt. The hip flexors are really tight, they're pulling your pelvis down. Your lower back is also really tight, pulling the pelvis up. The glutes are weak. That's the muscle that has to be worked on and activated to pull back into proper alignment. One of the number one ways that we could just avoid postural imbalances in general is just by trying to maintain good posture throughout the day. I see a lot of YouTube videos that describe how to fix your posture through strengthening and stretching muscle groups, which I'll talk about as well. However, one of the number one ways is just by paying attention to your posture throughout the day. Your joints should all be sitting one on top of the other. Lift your arms all the way back and then relax. Whether you're sitting, whether you're driving, you're trying to maintain that posture. Even though in the beginning it's going to feel very uncomfortable and very unnatural, you have to practice it daily in order to have it become natural and normal. It might be a little bit of a pain, but over time it's really going to be worth it. The other ways that we can fix postural deviations is by addressing them individually. If you have shoulder protraction, that's going to be a tight chest, tight lats, weak rhomboids in the back. We want to stretch the chest out, stretch the lats out, and strengthen the rhomboids in the back. That'll help you come up into the proper alignment. Great exercises to strengthen the rhomboids in the back would be reverse cable flies. You have two cables, you start here, turn them out as you come out. That'll help with your external rotator muscles as well as your rhomboids in the back. Another exercise that you could do for your rhomboids is a barbell row. Just make sure that when you're doing it, you're pulling with your elbows, not your hands. I know that sounds weird, but that's the way that you're supposed to do the exercise if you want to really engage your rhomboids. Stretch out the chest. A great stretch is to go right in front of a doorway, put both arms up 90 degrees, and you're just going to lean forward in the doorway. Let those arms stretch out. To stretch out the lats, you can grab onto a pull-up bar and just hang off the top. Make sure that your muscles are relaxed when you're hanging off. For the anterior pelvic tilt, we want to do lots of squats to strengthen the glutes. Lunges are great. We want to really stretch out the hip flexor, and that's done by doing a stretch where you put one knee back, one foot forward. We also want to stretch out the lower back. A great way to do that is by doing regular sit and reaches. So guys, that's it. I hope that helped. I hope none of you guys are going to try the Mel Gibson way of improving your posture. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to learn more free tips. And remember, the best thing you can do to improve your posture is just practice having good posture.